Salutations, mi amigos. I am the Hardcore Kid, and I review kids' movies. Why? Because it's Christmas!
Get even, we'll get even, we'll make Santa pay. We'll make calls, we'll break balls, so we'll get our cut someday.
Yeah, everybody loves Christmas, snow, presents, bunting, the works. And probably one of the best things about it are the Christmas TV specials. As a kid, I was a big fan of FHE's Christmas movies. They had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Frosty the Snowman, and Aaron the Little Drummer Boy. Sequels to these movies often came and went, some which were good, and some that were just unnecessary. But they're well made, and well animated, and to this day, I still think they're fantastic. Today, the Christmas specials are a little toned down, and they don't have the charm as much as the older specials did. A prime example is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer series. The first Rankin Bass movie was great, with strong stop-motion animation, great characters, and memorable songs. Then came Rudolph's Shiny New Year, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, and this. Then we get 2001's Rudolph and the Island of Misfit Toys, which was meant to be a sequel to the original Rankin Bass film. The film was distributed by Good Times Entertainment, who in turn shoveled out their own Rudolph movie with Kathleen Barr voicing the main character, who also reprises her role here. When I heard this movie was getting made, I was intrigued because I enjoyed the original. Then I watched it. Suffice to say, I was not impressed.
This movie is significant because it was the first Rudolph movie to made entirely in CGI. Ugh. I hate CGI. They say it's supposed to be an advancement in filmmaking, but I think it just makes everything look so fake.
In fact, there's a lot of crap on TV and in movies that have been turned CGI. Ninja Turtles, Garfield, Thomas, Star Wars. I could go on forever, baby!
But for now, it's Christmas, and I have a Christmas movie to review for all the little Christmas punk rockers. Let's begin.
The film begins with an incredibly fast camera panning over a snowy marmalade forest between the make-believe trees, before we come across a cottage cheese house. Inside, the kids are snug in their beds when all of their toys start coming to life. I had no idea this was turning into Rudolph and the Island of Demonic Toys.
And that's the scoundrel behind the secret serenade. Mr. Heebie-Jeebies himself, otherwise known as
The Black Mage?
the Toy Taker.
Oh, the Toy Taker. Lame.
So yeah, apparently this dude steals all these toys by playing this tune on a flute that hypnotizes them into a blimp.
The whole world was up in arms. Well, that toy taker nearly ruined Christmas for everyone. Well, if it weren't for Christmas Town's favorite reindeer son, who knows what might have... As we say in the North Pole, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Whoop! Almost forgot to introduce myself. Name's Scoop T. Snowman, ace reporter for the Christmas Town Chronicle.
Oh, great. A fascist bully boy narrating this movie. Where the heck is Sam the Snowman? He's the true Rudolph narrator, not this pile of bird droppings.
We cut to the North Pole, where we get the classic Rudolph theme playing.
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donna and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Ooh, Ethan Suplee.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Like a light bulb.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed.
Like a flashlight.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
Like Pinocchio.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game.
Like Monopoly.
Drink!
It's here that we see the CGI versions of our characters. While they do resemble their original counterparts, the animation just looks stiff. Their faces don't move freely, and they all walk like they're in wet cement. Anyway, it's Christmas, and everyone's celebrating, while Rudolph is trying to make the moves on the ladies.
Hello, Clarice.
We then cut to a scene with Rudolph and Clarice out in the snow. It's here that the writers thought, you know, what did Clarice even do in the first film? Be Bumblebait? So, rather than have this character continue to be a doe in distress, they gotta give her something to do. So, we have a scene of Rudolph trying to teach Clarice how to fly. What, no magic feed corn? No, I think you're cutes? I call bullshit on this character development. We then cut to... What the fuck is that?
The dentist is out! How tragic.
Try the Christmas Town snowball. First castle on your left. Matter of fact, only castle on your left.
Way to rip off the line from the first movie, Snowballs.
Anyway, after that horrifying scene, we cut back to the castle where everybody is congratulating Rudolph, who shows off some tricks with his nose, when that horrifying yellow kite shows up to tell Hermie the elf that King Moonracer over on the island of Misfit Toys has a toothache.
Apparently he's wussed out and now his tooth hurts him. Sucks.
So Hermie goes with Rudolph and the kite to the island on his water/dirt/snowmobile.
You're scary.
Sorry, I was just trying to figure out...
Why I'm a misfit toy.
The awful truth?
I'm afraid of heights. Ain't it tragic?
Tragedy, ain't it?
Hey, I find it tragic that you even talk. Kites don't talk. They're designed to shut the hell up. And of course they have to follow this up with a song.
Keep your chin up, keep your shoulders back, and face the world with pride. So what if you're a little bit different? You're still bona fide. Stick your nose out, hold your antlers high, enjoy the world you see. So what if you're a little bit funny? Hey, you still got me.
You know, the original movie had some pretty catchy songs that you could recite in your head. This song, on the other hand, just sounds blech. Rudolph sounds bored, and Hermie sounds, well...
lame. Exactly.
So what if we're both kinda loony? So what if we're both kinda toony? So what if we're both kinda spoony? Spoony, toony, loony. We're just fine!
So they finally reach the island, and were treated to another song.
When a mouse goes meow and a cat goes woof, and a kite is afraid to fly above the roof, don't be frightened by all the noise on the island of Misfit Toys. Oh, the island of Misfit Toys, toys, toys.
They forgot to give me a slot.
Ooh, no slot? Shouldn't have been made in Virginia. Get it? No slot? Virgin? Virginia? Oh, screw it.
So King Moonracer finally arrives, and boy does he look like crap. Literally, his head looks like it came out of a sewer pipe. Remember how mighty and intimidating he was in the first film? Here they've turned him into a complete pussy. Cat.
Oh my. That hurt.
So after fixing Moonracer's tooth, Hermie and Rudolph head home, only to get caught in a storm and end up shipwrecked. They're taken to a large ice castle where they meet their worst nightmare.
Hello, darlings.
Conway Twitty's secret love maiden?
Actually, her name is Queen Camilla, voiced by Jamie Lee Curtis, aka one of the many celebrity roles in this movie. Her castle is a place where she fixes toys up. It's sort of like a toy hospital. I don't know, I can't understand a word she's saying.
Come, darling. I give you a 5-penny tour, yes? Oh, darling, bring your tired toys, your poor toys, your toys yearning to breathe free.
Hey boys, bring me your dollies. Hey boys, bring them to me. Hey boys, it'll be jolly. I can fix them with my TLC.
And the song doesn't help either.
Dr. C is in the house. I got the cure for what ails you. Be you moose or be you mouse.
Say what?
What to do with all those toys after Camilla makes them so beautiful and fabulous?
I think she's got the wrong toys in mind.
Anyway, Rudolph and Hermie tell Camilla what they want, and that's for Hermie to have a date with the Tooth Fairy and Rudolph to have a normal nose. Why? Because he's sick and tired of his nose being used as a novelty act, and he just wants to live a normal life like the other reindeer.
I'm still a misfit.
But you're a celebrity.
So what? I'd give anything for a normal nose.
Poor guy.
How tragic.
Why? Once you lose that nose, your role as the headlight for Santa's sleigh will be deemed irrelevant, and then it's back to the cave for you. But no, apparently Rudolph doesn't want to go down in history, like George Washington. But Rudolph decides to think it over first, because as most celebrities know, nose jobs aren't all they're snuffed up to be. So he decides to go back later. So we cut back to the North Pole, where Rudolph is still teaching Clarice to fly. At least I think that's what he's doing. Holy shit, play that again.
The letter H.
But at the castle, all of Santa's toys have been stolen by the toy taker.
I should have guarded the toys myself.
Yeah, what comes first? The presents? Or being a lazy ass that eats cookies for 364 days straight?
The nerdy elf from the original, whose name is Hank, was up all night reading a Lemon fanfic and... What does that say, bitch? When he saw the blimp pass overhead. What, a UFO in restricted airspace and you didn't do anything about it? Boy, the North Pole security is about as inept as the Canadian Border Patrol. So Rudolph, Hermie, and Clarice enlist the help of Yukon Cornelius and Bumble the abominable snow monster, who looks like he's shrunk in a heat dryer, to stop that toy-taking son of a bitch. We cut to the black toy-taking mage guy, voiced by Rick Moranis, sending the toys to a cave of ice where they'll rot for eternity.
Welcome to your new home.
You're not our friend. You're a crook.
You think I'm mean and a nasty fiend, 'cause I'm known for stealing lots of toys. But close your ear to those things you hear.
Oh, with pleasure.
So after stealing all the toys from Queen Camilla, Captain Blackface heads off to the island of Misfit Toys where our heroes are waiting. Although I don't know why they're wearing pink.
That just stinks!
But of course Bumble is too big to get sucked up in the blimp's vagina, so he hitches a ride on an iceberg. How the hell does that support his massive weight? He weighs like 1,000,000 tons. Unless that's Hollywood ice.
He's still a fat bastard.
On board the blimp, our heroes find the toy taker, only to get ejected, and Rudolph getting knocked out. But Clarice finally earns her wings, and saves Rudolph, and then starts humping the crap out of him.
Oh no, it's the hormones! The evil hormones!
So Cornelius goes after the toy taker, and oh god, I did not need to see that! He follows the toy taker to the roof, only for his cleats to start puncturing the blimp.
You're messing up my blimp! What's that behind you?
Ha! I ain't falling for that old trick. Get on! Sorry, Mike.
Oh, come on! That boomerang didn't even come near his head. Way to go, animators.
Cornelius, no!
Oh dear. Looks like our friend Yukon Cornelius is done for.
Oh no! Who will get the silver and gold? Nothing.
But no, he's saved by the power of Deus Ex Machina as Bumble catches him from the iceberg below. Meanwhile, Rudolph and Clarice confront the toy taker, who parachutes down to the peppermint mine. But wait a minute, they were just over the ocean! How'd they get back to the North Pole so quickly? Anyway, Bumble saves the blimp, and Rudolph and Clarice hitch a ride on a mine truck and chase the toy taker into the mines.
think I'm gonna be sick.
Ugh!
So, after ripping off the Temple of Doom for a while, they crash off the track and finally have the toy taker cornered.
Surrender, toy taker.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Then maybe you should listen to this song.
Let's see who he really is.
Pay no attention to the teddy bear behind the cloak. I am the toy taker. Fear me!
Damn, I was gonna say Old Man Withers, the guy who runs the haunted amusement park. Not a teddy bear voiced by Rick Moranis.
So the reason the teddy bear, whose name is Mr. Cuddles, stole all the toys is because he wanted to rescue them from kids who would eventually grow out of them just like his owner. So he decided to do that by being a complete dick to them and shoved them into a cave until they rot? Some rescuer you turned out to be. But wait! What about Cornelius and his search for silver and gold?
Silver and gold? Gold and silver? Why, there's silver and gold in our peppermint mine.
So they take Mr. Cuddles to Camilla and get him patched up, and we cut back to that ugly snowman again.
Maybe Rudolph realized that everything he ever wanted was right under his nose the whole time. And when Mr. Cuddles returned all the toys and the elves packed Santa's sleigh, everyone knew deep in their hearts it was going to be the best Christmas ever.
It's gonna be the best Christmas ever. It's gonna be the finest Christmas ever. Gonna be a better Christmas than ever. There won't be one like today. Everything will be fine and dandy. Better keep your hungry tummy handy. Gonna let you fill it up with candy, 'cause on Christmas it's okay.
So Santa, Rudolph, and the reindeer fly off, Hermie gets the Tooth Fairy as his bitch, Mr. Cuddles is given back to his original owner's daughter, and the credits roll. But wait a tick.
I told you, sooner or later, everyone needs to see their dentist.
Enough with the gloating!
Open wide now. This won't hurt a bit.
Wow, what a nice, subtle way to end the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer series. Oh, who am I kidding? This movie sucks!
The animation is jobby, the plot is a mess, and the songs are ear-rapingly bad. The only positives I can give is that the voice acting is solid, and it's good to see some old faces, but honestly, they could have done a better job with the story.
Don't watch this movie, especially after you've had too much eggnog, or else your hardcore headache will become a hardcore hangover. And nobody wants that. So this is my last review of 2009. We've reached the end of the century! Well, decade to put it. This has been the worst 10 years I've ever experienced, and I hope these next 10 years don't suck even harder. We need change, and we need it fast! So, Merry Christmas to you all. I'll see you in 2010, and that's when I'll be reviewing the new Cartoon Network movie, Ben 10, Alien Swarm. Peace out, people.
Have a Merry freaking Christmas, and you'll hear what we have said.